स्वागत आप सबका स्वागत है अपने YouTube चैनल द आर्ट ऑफ प्रोग्रामिंग पर। हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू योर ओन YouTube क्लास द आर्ट ऑफ प्रोग्रामिंग। In this video we will discuss about the multiplicative operators. Now there are three multiplicative operators. The first one is modulo, the second one is division, and the third one is the multiplication operator. And all these three operators are binary operators. And all these three operators are binary operators. Now what are binary operators? It takes two operands to give the answer. That means you would write A into B. That means A and B are two operands. Or you can write A divided by B. A and B are two operands. Or you can write A modulo B, where A and B are two operands. Now let us discuss each of these operators, modulo, division and multiplication, in detail. Let us discuss the modulo operator, and this percentage symbol is the modulo operator symbol, is the symbol for modulo operator. Now what does this modulo operator do? This modulo operator, it gives the remainder. It gives the remainder. Is that okay? It gives the remainder. Now this modulo operator is a binary operator. Sir, how do we write this modulo operator? We write it as A modulo B. We write it as A modulo B. Now if I say R is equal A modulo B, where R is the remainder that we get when A is divided by B. Are you getting it? R is the remainder that you get when A is divided by B. Here I write it. R is remainder. R is remainder when A is divided by B. When A is divided by B. Now this modulo operator can only be applied on integers. Can only be applied on integers. It cannot be applied on floating point numbers or real numbers. That means if you write R is equal to 4.1 modulo 3, it's an error. Why it's an error? Because modulo operator cannot be applied on real numbers or floating point numbers. They can be applied only on integers. Now, how does this modulo operator works? Already we know that R is remainder when A is divided by B. Now there are some rules for this modulo operator. Let us discuss those rules. The first rule is A modulo B will be equal to A. That means the remainder will be A itself. The remainder will be first number itself when if the value of mod A is less than the value of mod B. We will see some examples. And the second rule that we have is always take sign of first number. Always take sign of first number into bracket A. Always take the sign of first number, that is A. Let's see some of the examples and try to understand how does this modulo works. Say for example we write y is equal to 4 modulo 2. What is modulo? R is remainder when A is divided by B. Divide 4 by 2. Now this is 2, this is 4, 2 2s are 4, and what is the remainder we obtain? We obtain 0, therefore the value of y will be 0 in this case. It's the remainder. Remainder over here is 0. Let's see some other example. We say y is equal to 7 modulo 3. What will be the remainder? 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6, and 1 will be the remainder. Therefore the value of y will be 1. Therefore the value of y will be 1. Suppose we say m is equal to 3 modulo 7. Suppose we say m is equal to 3 modulo 7. Please see here. A modulo b is equal a if mod a is less than mod b. Now what is mod a here? 3. What is mod b here? 7. 3 less than 7. Yes. Therefore, the value of m is 3. That means if the absolute value of first number is less than the absolute value of second number, the answer is the first number only. Now you can clearly see this is 7, this is 3. We can say 7 zeros are 0. And what is the remainder here? The remainder here is 3. The remainder here is 3. Now suppose if we write y is equal to minus 3 modulo 2. Suppose we write y is equal to minus 3 modulo 2. How does we should work? Now here, is mod a less than mod b? No, mod a is 3, mod b is 2. You have to take the absolute value. First you evaluate 3 modulo 2. Remove this sign and evaluate 3 modulo 2. What is 3 modulo 2? It will be 1. 3 modulo 2 will be 1. And take the sign of the first number. What is the sign of the first number here? Minus. Therefore, minus 3 modulo 2 will be minus 1 in C programming language. Suppose if we write y is equal to 3 modulo minus 2. 3 modulo minus 2. Now, is mod a less than mod b? No. Therefore, first you evaluate 3 modulo 2. What is 3 modulo 2? 3 modulo 2 is 1. Now take the sign of first number. The sign of first number is positive. Therefore, the value of y will be positive as well here. But if you write y is equal to 4.0 modulo 2, it's an error. It's an error because 4.0 is a real number, is a floating point number, and modulo operator can only be applied on integers. Now the question comes, sir, how do we get the remainder on real numbers? We will discuss in mathematical functions video. There is one function called as fmod. Now this fmod function is used to get the remainder on the real numbers. I hope that you have understood in detail about the modulo. Just to summarize, it gives the remainder. It is written as a modulo b. That means you get remainder when a is divided by b. There are two rules. If a modulo b, if mod a less than mod b, a modulo b is equal a, and always take the sign of first number. And these are the sum of the examples that we have solved. Now let us discuss the division operator. Let us discuss the next operator, that is the division operator. Now this division operator gives the quotient. The modulo operator gave the remainder, but the division operator, it gives the quotient. Gives quotient. Now this is also a binary operator, and how do we write it? We write it as a divided by b. Now that means you get the quotient when the number a is divided by the number b. This division operator can be applied both on integers as well as real numbers. Whereas the modulo operator can only be applied on integers, division operator can be applied both with integer and real numbers, both with integer and floating point numbers. That's the real number. But how does this division operator behaves if both the operands are integer, or if one of the operand is integer, the other one is real, or both are real? It differs. There are some rules for this division operator. Now let's see some of the rules for division operator. Let's see the first rule of the division operator. If the numerator is integer, that is a, divided by the denominator is also integer, then we get the answer as integer. We say the rule as integer by integer is equal integer. We'll understand with the help of some example. Next, second one. If numerator is integer and denominator is a real number, integer by real number, the answer is real number. Now the third rule. numerator might be real number, denominator might be integer, real number by integer, the answer is a real number. And the last one, real number by real number is equal to real number, is equal to real number. That means if both numerator and denominator are integer, the answer will be integer. If either numerator or denominator or both are real numbers, the answer would be a real number. The answer would be a real number. Let's see with some of the examples. Suppose we say y is equal to 4 divided by 2. Y is equal to 4 by 2. Now, what is 4 by 2? Needless to say, the answer is 2. Needless to say, the answer is 2. Now, is the answer 2 or is it 2.0? That we need to understand. Now, what is 4? 4 is integer. What is 2? 2 is integer. Integer by integer is integer. Is 2 a integer? Yes, we do not change it. Therefore, 4 by 2 is 2 as answer. Let's see the second example. If I write y is equal to 4.0 divided by 2. Now, 4 by 2 is 2. 4 by 2 is 2. Now, mathematically it is correct. Now, 4.0 is what kind of number? Real number. Divided by 2 is what kind of number? Integer. Real number by integer is a real number. Now, you need to ask the question, is 2 an integer? No sir. 2 a real number? No sir. 2 is an integer. Therefore, we have to convert this integer to real number. Hence, the answer would be 2.0. Let's take the next example. Suppose I write y is equal to 3 divided by 4. Y is equal to 3 by 4. What is the answer? The answer is 0.75. The answer is 0.75. Now, we know that 3 is integer, 4 is integer. Integer by integer, the answer should be integer. Is 0.75 integer? No. 0.75 is not integer. It is a real number. Therefore, convert this real number to integer. How do we convert it? We truncate the decimal point. Hence, 3 divided by 4 is 0 in C programming language. Now, let's take the next example. Suppose we write y is equal to 2 divided by 3. Now, what is 2 divided by 3? 2 divided by 3 is 0.67. But integer by integer is integer. 0.67 is not integer. Therefore, we truncate it and 2 by 3 will be 0. 2 by 3 will be 0. Let's take the next example. Suppose we write y is equal to 2.0 divided by 3.0. First, you write down the answer. It is 0.67. 2.0 is real number. Real number by real number, the answer should be real number. Is 0.67 a real number? Yes, you stop, and hence this is the correct answer. Now, in general, if I say y is equal to a divided by b, suppose if I write y is equal to a by b, where a and b belongs to integer, a and b belongs to integer, and the value of b, the mod b, if it is greater than mod a, then what should be the value of y? Yes, can anyone say? Then what should be the value of y? The value of y should be 0, because the value of b is greater than a. Now, you write 10 here, you would write 20. 10 by 20 is 0.5. But a and b both are integer. We know that integer by integer is integer. Hence, you get 0 as answer. This is all about the division operator. And next, we will discuss about the multiplication operator. Very, very simple. Thank you. Let us discuss the last multiplicative operator, that is the multiplication operator star. It is again a binary operator, and we write it as a multiplied by b. Needless to say, this is a simple multiplication that we do perform it. Say for example, we write 2 into 3, the answer would be 6. But if we write the same 2 into 3 as 2.0 into 3, the answer would be 6.0. That means if one of the operand is real, the output would be real. If one of the operand is real, the output would be real. Now, there is no case of truncation here as we did in case of division, where integer by integer is integer. Here there is nothing like that. because there is no truncation would be involved. Is that okay? This is all about the multiplication operator, and we have discussed three multiplicative operators. The first one we have discussed is modulo, which gives the remainder. The second one was division, which gives the quotient, and the third one is the multiplication operator, which gives the product. This is all about the multiplicative operators. So friends, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe this channel, like this video, share this channel with your friends, comment on the comment section how do you find this video. Thank you once again for watching this. Have a great day.